Hello. Today I'm going to talk about my thoughts on the upcoming Red Weeks. So on Reddit, I saw this post about how the Red Weeks are coming, and they're called the Red Weeks because there are a bunch of B+4, B+5 mutations, so they're pretty difficult. These were made at the end of, I guess, the last co-op updates, so yeah, after prestiges were made, they also had a bunch of, I guess you could say, more difficult mutations. And then, yeah, so we're left with these, and they are pretty challenging. But I'm here to tell you that with these three OP commanders, you'll be fine. So if you have these three commanders, at least to their second prestige with 90 mastery, you should be okay. So here's what you'll do. For beggars can't be choosers, for Stedman, get Super Gary and just win. For Tychus, use Sirius to clear mines, and then you can also clear the northern locks and the eastern lock with a nuke, and Tychus can clear attack waves. For Zeratul, you just make cannons. For my bots, Stedman spreads Stedalites for visions. Put the Stedalites over the unpathable terrain so that the boombots can't hit them. And then you will feed with Zerglings. You can defend the attack waves with Super Gary, and during the downtime, you can focus on clearing buildings. For Zeratul, you want to focus on clearing the map. You can spread observers, put them over unpathable terrain similar to Stedalites, so you can see the boombots. And you should have extra nexuses and robos to feed the killbots with probes and observers. For multitasking trainer, Tychus is the king of Void Rifts now, since he has Lone Wolf. Each outlaw, you just A-move towards the rifts. So Tychus pushes out on the maps. Sirius defends Arana and the rifts near the objective. Sam, he's in the center of the map because he can reach the far rifts. Nux will defend the natural. And then later on, when you get a fifth outlaw, usually Vega, you can have Nux in the third area, and then Vega will be near the natural. For Zeratul, you pretty much ignore microtransactions. You use your spare money on cannons, and then Zeratul's he's just in the middle of the map clearing whatever rifts because he can teleport to far ones and just kill them. You want to use your Legion, Avatar, and cannons to defend the objective, and you can have a few DTs near the cleared areas, so near the second terminal and the third terminal later on, so that you can clear any rifts that are there. Or hello my old friend, you just play normally as Stedman. Just hope that Super Gary doesn't get hit by Moment of Silence. And you can get a few infestors to Tentacle Gary so that he doesn't get killed by Black Death. Everything else, if they die, doesn't matter. For Zeratul, you make cannons, and that's it. Of one mind, boombots and polarity. So commanders like Zeratul and Stedman are great because their hero units do most of the work, and for Stedman, you just use Super Gary for most of the things, and then use Hardened Shield Links. For Zeratul, you just make cannons, and then Zeratul himself, he can deal with the enemies, he can deal with the objectives that are his. So yeah, just make lots of cannons. They don't take up any supply. Blasting off again, all three of these are good. Stedman just keeps Scary Zone, which is the E ability, and the teleport ready in case you are near a lava burst, or if there's a nuke that's about to hit, just make sure you get out in time. For Tychus, same thing. You keep medevac ready, and Sam kind of stays at in the safe zones near the conduits so that he can kill the shuttles if they get close. For Zeratul, you make cannons. Enter the Nexus of just Stedman. Use Ultras and Hardened Shield Links, and A-move. Death is fleeting. For Zeratul, you trap the artifact, and you make lots of cannons. A few DTs to take care of reanimators, and you project cannons to destroy buildings. Once you get like 10 fragments, if it even lasts that long, you're pretty much not gonna die. For mass manufacturing, Tychus and Zeratul are both good. So Tychus pushes the map, Sirius defends the center, and Sam is also near the center, but not close to Sirius, of course. Nux and Vega will take care of the areas between the natural and the main, so the closer rifts. For Zeratul, you want to spread DTs to take care of rifts, and you want an ambusher group at the natural in case props get close, and then you have an ambusher group with Zeratul on offense so that you can take care of props that are close by and you can attack. For Fire in the Hole, use Tychus or Zeratul. They're both pretty good against missile command. So Tychus can focus on clearing the map quickly and just use the other outlaws to defend the missiles. For Zeratul, you want to focus on clearing the map quickly as well, and you want to spread observers to see the boombots. So what about free-to-play players? Well, unfortunately, your best bet is Kerrigan. Still not as good as the others, but still usable. So for Beggars Can't Be Choosers, use Immobilization Wave to clear mines, use Omega Worms to deal with attack waves and like recapture locks and stuff. For my bots, you want to focus on clearing the map. You dump lots of Omega Worms everywhere to take boombot hits if necessary. You feed the kill bots with Zerglings and Evolution Chambers. For multitasking trainer, it's going to be difficult. Kerrigan's not very good against Void Rifts, so yeah. P0 is your best bet because 2 jumps will kill a Rift. Some people like P2, but that requires like 3 attacks plus 2 jumps, and that's a lot of it takes longer to kill a Rift. You kind of just ignore microtransactions and you focus on clearing rifts around the map instead. You want to slowly mass mutas or ultras with whatever money you have. For Hello My Old Friend, you can use P0. P0 is better because you can jump around and then your immobilization wave can one-shot dropships and overlords and stuff. Queens can be used for healing so that you don't die to Black Death. And during the downtime while you're macroing, you can hide in Omega Worms so that you won't lose life. Immobilization Wave can take out all the enemies in an attack wave, preventing the hybrids from spawning. So if the enemies don't have any enemies that have more than 200 HP, such as scouts, void rays, those kind of enemies, then you can actually just use one button and take out all the enemies. You can also use Immobilization Wave on offense to kill all the enemies around the sliver, or at least all but the capital ships. Then you charge in with Lings and Mutas. Then you take out the infected units afterwards. For Of One Mind, since you're limited on supply, you're gonna use Kerrigan, mostly hero only. P0 is better with clearing bases because you can jump straight from the ESO area to the third area with P0 or P2, and then you can clear that area, all the enemies that are yours, using Immobilization Wave. P2 is better for dealing with attack waves. So if you're worried about the enemy's attack waves being strong, then you can use P2 instead. For blasting off again, use P2 or P3. If you use P3, put 17 points in the third mastery to deal 351 damage. This allows you to 2-shot shuttles, if they don't get a defense matrix at least. And later on, you want an Ultra Hydra army, so they can pop out of Omega Worms. For Enter the Nexus, it's going to be difficult. Probably one of the hardest ones for her, maybe even harder than Void Rifts. So you want to use Ultra Lings with Omegas, but it's going to be difficult. So that's why you can consider using Raynor. Raynor, he's also not very good, but at least his Spider Mines are very good versus heroes. And you can use BCs on the offense. For Death is Fleeting, you should actually use P1. It's only difficult if there are chokers. The other 3 are not that big of an issue. You want to use lurkers, lots of lurkers, because with P1 they deal tons of damage. After 140 supply, you make mutas. So some people think that with P1 you have to use ground units to take advantage of the malignant creep, but that's not true. You can use mutas, and they're much better for clearing the buildings. Kerrigan is not very good against Void Rifts, and she's not very good against Propagators unless you're P3. So this is going to be difficult, and here you might consider using mass mutas later on, but that's only if you can even survive that long. So you can consider using P1 Raynor instead, P1 or P3. It's still going to be difficult, but at least you can keep the rifts under control and you have Marauders to slow down the props. For Fire in the Hole, you should focus on clearing the map quickly, and you can tank missiles with the Omega Worms. So once you full clear the map, then it's really just focusing on missile command, and that shouldn't be so hard. All right, so hopefully that's helpful. The red weeks can be intimidating, but they're actually not so bad because prestiges have made some commanders extremely powerful. And if you use those commanders, you'll have an easy time.